Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today we will be continuing our 5-part series of artist struggles. We will be dealing with negative self-talk. Hope you enjoy.
Every morning you wake up with the negative demons already sounding off in your head. They start off in their usual accusations. Why bother getting out of bed? You need more than 3 hours sleep. You don't want to go upstairs and face your family for breakfast. You have no new messages on your phone because you have no friends. Maybe it's best if you close your eyes forever. You're helpless. You're hopeless. You know what you have to do. You're just too apathetic to do it, aren't you? Your stomach turns from all of your worries and racing thoughts. You can't seem to concentrate. You can't seem to make a decision. You're not good enough, you feel. You don't know anybody in the industry. Why should you care if you make a mark in this world that's left you so far in the dark? Your mother comes down to the basement and enters the room. She has a glass of ice water that she throws on you. Now get up! I didn't raise a lazy bum. You're not going to find a job sleeping all day. Don't be like your uncle, always lost in his head, thinking of 1,000 reasons why he can't do something. He'd try to wait till everything was perfect before he'd make a move. He'd just jump in with both feet, not realizing that the devil's in the details. So out of bed you spring, past her to get to the web. It's information overload. You end up skimming the surface of articles, only getting the big picture, but missing the details. You miss the small steps for the solution. The information becomes insurmountable, so you feel frozen in your seat. You give up before you even start. How did you get here, you think? Well, you got your first phone when you were 13, and everything was sped up after that. You have a warped sense of time. You want everything faster and instant. You want good relationships and a good career, and you want it now. But you don't know the small steps or have the patience to. You want people of power instantly to recognize your greatness, and you want to be their BFF. Where did you learn this? Well, your favorite TV and film, of course. You've seen major complex problems being solved in 30 minutes. You have no tolerance for understanding the complexity it takes for solving your problems, or the patience. No wonder you get frustrated with waiting for Amazon's next day service. So there you sit, all alone in your head, thinking, letting the negative thoughts win for the day. Waiting for your ship to come in that never does. Until someone or something challenges your false belief, you will be sitting there by the shore, twiddling your thumbs. Challenge accepted. Let me share with you a scenario that may add some light on how to overcome your negative thoughts. Have you ever had an old lady come up to you and unsolicitedly tell you, "You know what your problem is"? You get defensive and hostile towards her. You think to yourself, "You don't know me. You don't know what I'm capable of." Go f*** yourself. This is how you need to respond to those negative voices in your head. They don't know you. They don't know what you're capable of. Look them in the eye and say, "I'm going to show you how great I am." So if you don't let a stranger come up to you and treat you with such contempt, why do you allow your negative thoughts to do so? You have to fight, not flight at this moment. Here are some skills you will need for your fight. Critical thinking. Challenge your own thinking. You honestly don't know you can do something until you try. It's okay if you're bad at something. It's not okay to use that as an excuse not to practice getting better at that skill. Don't compare yourself with others. Compare yourself with who you were yesterday. Learn to tolerate ambiguity. In many situations, there is no single correct answer, but a variety of possibilities. Life is inherently ambiguous. See if there's something you can do in this situation and get started on that. What can you control in this situation? Are you helpless? I don't worry about what I can't do. I find out what I can do, and then I get to work on that. Henry Ford. The ability to recognize what you are and are not responsible for is in direct relation to how much guilt you experience. You have to answer these questions for yourself. When is it okay to define yourself by your achievement? When is it not okay to define yourself by your achievement? When is it okay to get in touch with your feelings? When is it not okay to get in touch with your feelings? When is it okay to focus on the present? When is it okay to concentrate on the future? You need to articulate your goals. To be happy is not an unreasonable goal, but what exactly does that mean? You can kind of boil it down to 4 life pillars. To learn, to live, to love, to leave a legacy. What skill in each area can you work on? You can study to learn. You can bring value to your clients to make a living. You can give love to get loved. You can start with the end in mind to leave a legacy. Knowing the difference between what you feel and what is objectively true is a skill you also must learn. What you feel and what is happening on in the outside world a lot of times are two different things. Let me give you an example. You have two artists, Jill and Margaret. Jill will cry before the story is done. Jill has poured herself into her art, laid her soul bare in her compositions, bled tears and blood for her color combination. Jill presents it to the critics, expecting praise and adulation. When the critics give her negative feedback, Jill is crushed and breaks down and cries. Margaret also threw herself into artwork, but when she presented it, she separated herself from her artwork, put on her curious hat and asked, "What can I learn from others' interpretation of my artwork? Where did I lose them? What worked for them?" Margaret did not break out in tears at the end of the critique. Relationship skills is another one you must learn. Life is meant to be shared. Relationships prevent depression, illness, emotional disorder. Some skills you're going to need is how to meet people, how to assess them, how to communicate with them and let them know that you're interested in them. When you're in a relationship, you're also going to need the skills of keeping it healthy, personal boundaries, setting up rules of how the relationship should operate, communication, commitment, and shared creeds. Artists, I want you to know, these negative voices are never going away. It's always going to be there no matter how successful or how rich you are. It's always going to be there. The great thing is you can choose how you will react to this voice. Let's just say you do nothing and you buy into your fears. You buy into every single thing that you're worried about, and you make no decision to go after your dreams. Fast forward 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years from now, and you're at your own funeral. Your friends, your family, your coworkers, your community group where you're involved in are all there. What do you want people to say about you in the end? Then live that way. You can lie to your family. You can lie to your friends. You can fool the world. You can never lie to that person in the mirror. Never. For the rest of your life, that person in the mirror is going to be looking back at you and saying, "You didn't choose to go after your dreams." And you have to be okay with that. Now, what I would encourage you to do is to make the right choice. "But Rick, I'm too afraid." Then do it afraid. I encourage you to face your fears and pursue your dreams. You only got one shot at life. It doesn't matter if you failed, if you've been beaten up. All that really matters is if you get back up and you try again. Because winning is fun, but winning when nobody thought you could is just awesome. If you want to live your life by your own terms, you are going to have to be willing to crash and burn. But if it doesn't work out, at least you have the courage to live your life by your own terms. I hope you learn how to tell those negative thoughts to go f themselves, as you would tell anyone who comes up to you on the street and said the same BS to your face. Choose to fight, not to flight. Keep on dreaming, silly dreamers.
Thanks for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and remember to click the bell, and feel free to comment on any ways you've overcome negative thoughts as an artist. Thanks for tuning in. We will be continuing our self-talk. Please feel free to comment on any ways you've overcome. Oh, okay.